Good evening, everyone. I'm Fields Moseley. We begin tonight with breaking news. There is a huge house fire. It is a hot summer night out here on Main Street, but for the weekend, we are expected to hit triple digits. President Obama says he's deeply concerned by the harsh sentencing of 2 U.S. journalists being held in North Korea. The stimulus project has been recharged in Utah, while another state reform has already closed. The man charged with kidnapping Elizabeth Smart is back in Utah after a competency evaluation in Missouri. Well, this has been a pretty angry situation in this neighborhood, according to police and according to all the people involved with this. If you look over my left shoulder, you can see anyone who uses Facebook, MySpace, blogs at all. Even if you run a 5K, there's something about you in here. Oh, the damage at this particular house, the Vance house, is just awful. They had a finished basement, and take a look at this dumpster back here. I'm told this is the 5th dumpster they've had to fill up. A mobile command post isn't always right in front of the scene. Either there's not enough room, or it could be a dangerous situation. But with this camera, they can be 100, 200 yards away, even a half-mile away. Mark, even though it has a funny name, you're never going to see Coob Face coming. It's going to show up in an inbox on Facebook or MySpace. It'll have a link on it, and it might be suspect, even if it comes from a friend.
Acres of land.
A town meeting was held this evening. People are frustrated and concerned about the wildfire threatening their town. Dan Rascone is live in New Harmony. And Dan, what are people saying? A controlled burn near Schofield Reservoir also flared into an out-of-control wildfire. The 2-month-old prescribed burn had been smoldering its way through thousands of acres of overgrown forest until it blew up Sunday night. Strong winds fueled the fire that is now a full-fledged wildfire. The blaze forced a mandatory evacuation of 6 homes near the reservoir. 50 summer homes in that same area are also threatened. The fire has burned about 250 acres now. About 200 firefighters have been called in to help fight that blaze. The dry brush, low humidity, strong winds, all making for some very high fire danger.
That's right.
A fresh update on a story from the weekend that you'll only see on 2 News. What started out as a leisurely ride in a horse-drawn carriage quickly became a nightmare. Leaders from South Salt Lake and Salt Lake City have been talking about this for some time now. Now they are looking at how Portland, Oregon has made use of trolleys. Christina Flores is live in Sugar House tonight where, well, I don't know about you, Shauna, this is something I've never heard of before. It's something called log jamming on your phone.
It is a perfectly legal way of using.
Well, it's not just a matter of convenience sometimes, it's a matter of safety with your phone too. I mean, that's
whatever. Let's get a law so we don't get to do this.
The band was probably on tour. You didn't mention that.
It wasn't.
Maybe that's why they didn't answer your phone.
This has been going on for a long time. No.
All right, Bill, thank you very much. There is a new world record in the sport of base jumping, and a couple of Utahns were part of the event.
Yeah, they just returned from Norway in the last week after diving off all sorts of mountains over there and racing through the air more than 150 miles per hour.
3, 2, 1, go!
When 49 people jumped off a mountain in Norway the second week of August, Utah resident Neil Amundsen captured the breath-stealing moment on his helmet cam and added his name to the record.
It was wild jumping and seeing all those people in front of you, behind you, to the left and to the right while in free fall.
The world record jump was organized by a group of top base jumpers using Facebook.
You basically spread your arms and spread your legs into kind of like a flying arrowhead shape.
Amundsen says it worked because at least half of them were wearing wingsuits, an evolving invention that allows base jumpers to better control trajectory and speed.
You're just using gravity, some fabric and nylon in your body.
The wingsuit has also led to the World Base Race. Amundsen competed 2 weeks ago in the heads-up competition.
During the race itself, you turn this wingsuit basically into a ballistic missile pointed at the ground, and we were just diving as fast as we could, trying to beat the other guy.
Some racers use a high-speed dive, others a steady angle to the finish. The suit seemed to be a deciding factor this year, with the top finishers all wearing the same design.
It's a new sport, so there's a lot of kind of theory. No one really knows what technique's better than the other.
You could sit there and watch that all night, couldn't you?
Oh, my heart's beating fast just watching them. That's unbelievable.
It's crazy how fast they go, and they can travel well over a mile. And then that cliff they're jumping off is about 5,000 feet above sea level, and you can see the ocean down below. So
long live the wingsuit.
Yeah, Amundsen did pretty well, by the way. He did place 4th in that competition, which was the highest spot for an American. there. He did really well. Gonna go back next year.
Good for him. We heard you gasping over there, Sterling. Pretty incredible, huh?
I thought I saw Bill Gephardt jumping off that. Was he one of those guys?
I thought I saw you pushing it.
He wasn't. Okay. I just thought
Sauce consumed. Lots of water on hand, too.
A 10. David Letterman's up next, folks.
Thanks for being with us. Good night. Tonight, Fields, do they know who hurt this little girl?
Shauna, they have not made an announcement of any sort of arrest tonight. However, their investigation is not just focusing on this yard where the little girl was found, but the surrounding yards and the surrounding homes. In fact, just a few moments ago, we were able to see a black light in the yard beyond the back fence where they're looking for evidence.
Honestly, when I first saw her, I thought she was not alive.
A teenage boy found the 5-year-old victim in this backyard.
She's been physically assaulted.
He saw her or heard her behind the shared portion of the fence, an area that crime scene investigators and detectives combed throughout the evening.
How could anybody do that to her?
Stephanie War received a call from a neighbor and went to help after the girl was found. When she got there, a man was trying to comfort her.
He was talking to her and asking her what her name was, and she would whisper her name and how old she was.
That man is Shelly Rodriguez's husband. She says the 17-year-old neighbor who lives in this house next door came and told them about the girl in the yard.
He's got his grandkids around him right now, keeping them close and that, because it's really bothered him that it could have been maybe one of his grandkids.
Police say the people who live where the girl was found didn't know the victim and never saw how she came to be in the yard.
Got us all scared.
Until police name a suspect, everyone here seems to be on edge, holding their children a little closer.
They're only allowed outside if an adult's with them. So I hope they're found soon.
Tonight, police have not given any details on the extent of this physical assault. We were told that the girl was taken to the hospital in serious condition, and tonight I'm told her parents are with her. Back to you, Mark and Shaw.
What effect is the delayed road work having on businesses there, Fields?
Shauna, it has killed off some of the businesses. For others, they say they are just barely hanging on. This is really the culmination of 3 projects. You've got a gas line, you had the Mill Creek water project that came up 33rd South, and then UDOT had to come in and resurface the whole thing. Well, now you've got a 2-block section right here. It looks perfectly normal. Looks like it's just about ready to open, even has new lines on it. Well, they say that 2-block section has to be torn up, redone, otherwise it might be full of potholes by Christmas.
Aunt Fanny's.
Aunt Fanny's Bloomers has been a fixture on 3300 South for at least 15 years.
Hi there, how are ya?
Lulu bought it almost 2 years ago, just as 3 major projects intersected on this busy road and slowed traffic to a crawl.
They were supposed to be done in August, then they were going to be done in October, and then they said November. I'm not holding my breath.
Lulu says she is surviving with wire service orders. UTA hasn't run a bus along the street since construction began. And many drivers stopped beating their cars up along the route a year ago.
It's killed the bread and butter. Absolutely killed the bread and butter. There's nothing extra right now.
For its part, UDOT was held back by a gas line project. Then the Mill Creek water lines went in. Now some of the asphalt is low grade.
As we were also testing the brand new layer of asphalt, we realized that the amounts of oil that were used to make the asphalt with was not up to our standards.
So 2 lanes between 10th and 12th East will be torn up again and repaved.
We'll get it done.
And business owners like Lulu have to hang on a little longer still.
It's just been constant.
And hope more traffic will mean a blooming business this winter.
And we're paying for this. Well, how are we going to pay for it if we have no business?
And there are other problems as well. Some striping is off on down the road. It's really pinched down, maybe 6 to 8 feet wide. That's not going to work out. Some manhole covers have been covered up. And you have this asphalt issue. All issues that apparently come up with each project in varying degrees. The contractor is going to cover the cost, but businesses, they want it done, say it's supposed to have been done a long time ago. UDOT now saying 2 to 3 weeks if the weather cooperates. It's looking pretty good this week anyway. Mark and Shauna, back to you.
All right, Fields, thanks.